What is going on, money team? It's your boy JDUN Trades with Team Bull Trading, and I hope you all had a blessed and discipline-filled weekend. We are live and back in action with yet another Sunday watch list where I'm going to break down my exact setups, stocks on watch, any data we have, and everything else that you need to know to be confident going into this coming trading week. So all I ask is if you do get value from this video, is you tap in, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and get ready to learn. Now, before we get started, as a reminder, I am hosting a free 3-day masterclass on October 6th. 3 days to profitable trading, discipline over dopamine. And all you have to do to reserve your ticket is click that link below, put in your name, email, and phone number, and I will send you the link personally on October 6th to kick off our free 3-day masterclass. It's going to be incredible. If you've ever been to one of my webinars before, you know I understand that your time is valuable. I'm not here to waste it. And I under-promise and over-deliver. So tap in, get your name on that wait list, save your seat, and let's get to these setups. Now, starting off the week, we have a very, very important event this week. FOMC. And not just any FOMC, likely the most important FOMC of the entire year because it's expected that we drop rates finally. We're likely to cut by 0.25 basis points. And the question remains, is do we have more rate cuts this year? When Jerome Powell comes on and speaks, what is his tone? Is it dovish or is it hawkish? My personal opinion is this may be the only rate cut we see. I don't know. I'm not a Federal Reserve expert, but he's been very tight on his cuts before. I think we get this cut, which is it's priced in, I believe, and then we'll see what his tone is going forward. And if he's very aggressive on rate cuts that he's not going to do anymore, the Federal Reserve is in no rush to cut rates again. Perhaps we get some pullback. If he's very dovish and he's confident in the data, he's confident where we're heading, perhaps we get more this year and we see more movement up. That will be on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. That will come out. I will be live trading it, so make sure you guys don't miss that. We also have Empire State Manufacturing on Monday. We have retail sales on Tuesday, not a whole lot, business inventories. On Thursday, we have initial jobless claims, and then Friday, we have a Fed speaker. All eyes are on Wednesday this week. Now, as far as setups go, let's talk about that. My number one setup for this week, we're going to go in reverse this week. We're going to go in reverse today because typically we'll do SPY and QQQ or the NASDAQ and S&P 500 for the futures traders. But we're going to take a peek at Tesla because this thing went insane this last week. If we look at our daily chart here, you can see we saw a move from 348 all the way up to 400 in a matter of 2 days. Now, from my weekly time frame and from my daily time frame, the best area I see for a higher low is going to be in this 370 zone. You can see it very clearly on the weekly chart. All right, we had this touch up before, this daily break here. So I will be watching for this 370 area, right? This 373 down to 367 for our pullback for a higher low to go long this week. That is my main watch. I do believe we'll see some resistance come in near the supply at 400. I do think this has more gas in the tank, but I'd love to see us pull back a little to this area, and then see continuation to the upside. Tesla had great news, had news that they were going to be limiting EVs from China, which led to this aggressive move up. Also, Elon stepping out of politics has helped Tesla get back on track on its mission and helped public sentiment. So I'd like to see a pullback down, some recovery in here, higher low, and then continuation higher, catching some move to the upside. Now let's go talk about SPY first, or ES for the S&P 500 traders. We're at all-time highs. So what do? Well, this is where having intraday strategies becomes very important, and utilizing time frames like the hourly becomes important as well, because the daily is not going to tell us much. We don't have anything to base it off of. So for me personally, when I'm looking at setups like this, I look at where did we have key hourly levels with aggressive volume. You can see here that we have this hourly aggressive move up. This previous all-time high resistance turned out to support. So I will be watching the 655-ish area on SPY for a bounce. Obviously, I watch the orb intraday. I trade VPA. You can learn all about that on my channel. I trade it live every day on YouTube inside Team Bull. But let's go look at ES as well. We see the same thing here. So likely around the 65, this zone in here is where I would personally like to see us come. Why can't I get this up? Here we go. I'd like to see us come retest in this area, right, for a long side entry if we do get a little pullback. Otherwise, we're stuck to our intraday strategies and really focusing on finding trend entries, higher lows, lower highs, and volume-backed setups intraday. Now, how about NQ and QQQ? Let's talk about that. Same deal here. We're at all-time highs. So we have to be basing our setups on the lower time frames. Right now, to me personally, I think this area at 585.5 looks best. We had this aggressive candle. We never really got a retest into this fair value gap here. We had this aggressive resistance turn support here. So I think that if we break down this candle low here, we likely retest to this next set of hourly lows down here. But I'd like to see us come, hold steady, make a new higher low, and then keep moving on up in that direction. Again, FOMC is going to have a ton to do with this, so we'll just have to wait and see what they give us there. But that's what we work with from the higher time frames, right? We take what we can get. NQ, same thing, right? We see this aggressive move up, no retest back down. I think this 24,000 stays as a pretty aggressive demand zone until it's not. So anything above 24,000, if we can break that down and get a daily close below this area, maybe we take it and we look for setups to the downside, right? We go to this 4 hour here. If we can break down this 24,000 strong, maybe we test this next 4 hour low at 23,950. Below that, our next 4 hour low is very far down, over 100 points to the downside. Perhaps we can look at that. But right now, my setup, my bias is still technically to the upside on the indices because we've been doing nothing but going up, right? When you're at all-time highs, you're there for a reason. So that's what I'm going to be looking at this coming week. FOMC is going to be a big factor in that. Now let's also go look at AMD and the chips. Let's go talk about what we got going on there. Because we got this flag on the daily chart. We've been moving up. Flagging, you can likely see it a little better on the weekly. Here, I still think AMD has some gas in the tank. I like where we're at in terms of we had a weekly bullish engulfing. If we can break above this 164, we likely will have a nice shot up to 180s, especially if the market can get some steam. If we do see a pullback, the area I would really like to see us retesting, and it's a ways away, right, is down in this 130 to 120 area. This looks like a solid demand that if we get a retest back down, we should see some aggressive buying pickup and maybe continue our way to the upside. As far as intraday setups and closer setups that we can day trade as soon as tomorrow, it's coming Monday, perhaps a break above 160. If we can get an hourly close above this, we likely have room up to 164s. Above 164, we have room up to 168 and 170. So I'll personally be watching that. AMD is always a stock that I'm keeping my eye on, as well as NVIDIA too. Got a nice pennant forming here, a nice flag forming. If we can get a break above this trend line, we should see a really nice move to the upside on NVIDIA as well, potentially targeting close to these previous highs if the market can simply just not die. So my main watch this week is Tesla. I'm obviously going to be trading the indices. I trade live every day. I help you guys learn, level up, and win. I help traders stay confident in their discipline and stay confident in their execution. My 3-day free masterclass is going to change lives. If you come and you pay attention for 3 days, I promise you, you are going to walk out of those 3 days a better and more confident trader. All you have to do is click that link below, get registered, come on October 6th, ready to learn, and let's level up and keep moving forward together. God bless you guys, and I'll see you guys in live trading tomorrow. Peace.